President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has announced a salary increase for military and uniformed personnel. This will be rolled out in 3 tranches starting January 1, 2026, then in 2027 and 2028. The president also said that the subsistence allowance for all MUP will be 350 pesos per day. The announcement comes as the AFP begins a review of its complete disability discharge policy to strengthen support for wounded soldiers. This follows Marcos's order to halt the discharge of Captain Jerome Hacuba, who was blinded in a 2016 bombing.
Joining us now is AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla. Colonel, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Colonel.
Hello, Sir Jello and Ma'am Angela. Magandang umaga po sa inyong mga taga-subaybay.
All right, Colonel. Of course, we've heard the President talk about already yung mga raise ng salaries or yung base pay. Ano po ang reaction ng AFP dito?
Of course, sir, it's a very welcome development po for all the Armed Forces of the Philippines personnel po, no? Every sailor, every airman, every marine, every soldier po is really very glad po, no, about this news na may ganito nga po paparating in the coming years.
So, Colonel, para malinaw lang ng konti sa amin, no, sako po ito lahat ng ground personnel as well as yung sa administrative side?
Yes, sir. Lahat po ng active na soldiers and of course and also the retirees po. It will benefit both the active personnel and retirees po.
Okay.
Okay. Well, some people are reacting to the timing of this announcement of the President. This is right after, of course, in the middle of the rumors na sinasabi may mga destabilization plots. What can you say about that?
Well, ma'am, no, this approval po is actually the outcome po of a collective and organized efforts po, no, for over more than a year po. After po itong EO 64, no, in 2024 that granted po itong pay adjustments to civilian personnel and the stakeholders, ang ano po dito, they strongly believe that po the MUP sector po also deserves a parallel review. So, ang mga retired po natin, several of them, composed of senior officers and MUP organizations po, kasama po yung advisors, they started working on a unified proposal. So, itong efforts po na to, aligned with the government's desire to uplift the welfare of the uniformed services, no, amid po dito sa rising operational demands and inflationary pressures. So, ultimately, sir and ma'am, no, the President recognized this and because of this valid justification, in-approve po niya itong EO 107 po.
Ayun. And of course, Colonel, I understand 3 tranches ito, no? Based po sa pagkakaalam nyo, ano po ang schedule ng tranches and how much?
Sir, this will be in a 5% increase every year for the next 3 years starting next year.
Sir. So every year, that's 1 tranche and that's 5%?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Well, Colonel, we also would like to ask an update po, no? Get an update from you doon po sa nangyari sa yung CDD, doon po kay, what's his name? Captain Hacuba.
Hacuba, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Opo. Ito po, ma'am, no, in coordination with the Department of National Defense by the guidance of our Commander-in-Chief, or President ka po, magkaroon po tayo ng review po dito sa existing policies ng ating complete disability discharge. No? So, with that, Captain Hacuba also will be promoted to the rank of Major and he will be designated po, no, to Major Adaptive Duties that will fully utilize po yung 15 years of professional experience niya and operational competence niya. So, na-transfer na po siya, ma'am, no, sa bagong create na CMO command po.
So far po ba siya pa lang or siya lang po this year yung supposedly will be under CDD na nabago yung decision?
Sa ngayon, ma'am, hindi naman nabago yung ma'am. But yung CDD po is actually a recommendation ng experts from the medical field. But it will still need to go through a board, no, to determine yung magiging disposition po ng personnel. So sa case po ni Captain Hacuba, meron po CDD recommendation ng Viluna Medical Center because of his itong disability nga po niya. But wala pa pong decision ng board as to kung saan po yung magiging utilization niya after that decision from the medical board.
Okay.
So, ang naging decision po, he can serve in different capacities po.
That's what I wanted to ask, Colonel. No? In transition to his service na tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Of course, we cannot deny nagkaroon siya ng yung disability all of a sudden and all his life wala siyang ganyan. Will the AFP assist him also in this transition to para masanay siya with these new skills that he has to develop?
Yes, sir, no? Actually, sir, kung makikilala niyo po itong si Captain Hacuba, napakaganda po ng disposition niya, sir, ma'am. Talaga pong hindi niya inaalaw itong disability to limit him. So, nag-aaral po siya, no? Nag-aaral po siya paano gumamit ng computer despite the loss of his sight, no?
Okay.
So, nakakagamit po siya ng computer. Over and above that po, he was also very active in livelihood, mga activities. So, meron po siyang mga agri-businesses na pwede pong ituro sa iba din pong may mga kapansanan.
But ito pong new policy on CDD, Colonel, will be for situation will be for the situation moving forward. Hindi po siya implemented retroactively if ever.
Ito naman kasi, ma'am, no, the AFP in coordination with the DND will already begun, ma'am, our comprehensive review po nitong existing CDD policy. Kasi ang layunin nga po natin dito dahil naipamulat nga po sa atin, no, na may ganito nga po gaps or loopholes po, no. So we want to ensure that no wounded or disabled personnel are separated from service without due consideration, dignity, and long-term support po.
And aside from Captain Hacuba, meron pa po ba tayo mga nakikitang kailangan din po natin will be under CDD?
Ma'am, ito pong magiging review will not benefit just one person. Pagka po na-amend ito, no, magkakaroon po ito ng impact sa lahat po ng the same case as him that is in line of duty po.
Okay. Alright, so moving forward po, ma'am, since you're here now, would like to ask you na rin po regarding other issues sa hounding po AFP because of the, alam niyo na po, yung mga destabilization plot. Kamusta po yung moral ng ating mga AFP personnel?
Sa ngayon po, ma'am, no, patuloy po na high moral po ang bawat sundalo, ang bawat airman, ang bawat marine, ang bawat, ating mga nasa ating West Philippine Sea din na mga nakadetalye po. As we celebrate po itong parating po naming 90th anniversary, marami na po tayong mga iba't ibang activities to honor po the heroism and sacrifice of our soldiers. So kanina po, nag-conduct tayo ng replaying ceremony at we also remember our fallen comrades. So marami po kaming sinet na activities for that and nag-iikot naman din po kami all over, no, to really puntuhan ang ating mga tropa at ang ating mga kasandaluhan. And ang masasabi po talaga namin, buo po ang inyong united po kami and professional po ang bawat isa sa amin.
It's a good thing you mentioned. I read somewhere also about yung celebration po ng AFP. Ano po ibang activities na pwedeng abangan natin in the coming weeks?
Sir, meron po tayong, halina nga po, meron tayong replaying ceremony, meron po tayong paggunita po, no, sa ating mga stakeholders, yung mga nakakatulong po, no, sa Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas to perform our mandate and our mission. We will also be holding a concert po, no. Inaanyayahan po natin ang ating mga kababayan na manood yan sa December, I think it's 19 po. It will be a tribute. It's a tribute concert ng lahat po ng uniform personnel will be performing po. No? Meron kaming representatives, bawat uniform personnel, together with our youth sector po.
And that's open to the public?
So, tayo ng concert para dyan.
That's open to the public, Colonel?
Yes, sir. Opo, it's open to the public. We'll give the necessary announcement po pag once na finalize na po yung activity.
Okay.
And also, yung retired generals po releasing their statement, I think that was last week, stating po, reiterating their support to this government. What is the reaction of AFP here?
Yes, ma'am. No, of course, the AFP welcomes po itong AGPOS, no, yung Association of General and Flag Officers expression po ng support, which reinforces po itong ating shared commitment para po i-uphold natin yung ating constitution, respetuhin po natin ang civilian authority And of course, ma-maintain po natin ang professionalism. Ma'am, maganda po kasing i-highlight na ito pong AGPO is composed of majority po of the numbers of senior general officers na retired po. So, nandiyan po, by the thousands po ang membership po ng AGPO. So, ito pong expression of support nila, napakahalaga po para sa sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas.
But aside from that, are we still conducting an investigation on the rumors regarding the destabilization plots na headed daw po ng mga retired generals?
Well, sa amin, ma'am, sa loob kasi, ma'am, within the AFP, I can speak for the AFP. Time and again, na talaga pong binasag na natin itong naratibong ito. Wala po talagang destabilization plot within the AFP po, yung mga active po. As to the retired, nakita naman po natin ang suporta ng AGPO, we'll have the necessary agencies look into that po.
And yung talk po na sinasabi po kasi na abolish daw po, papakialaman yung pension nitong mga retired generals, that is not true, right?
Yan naman po, ma'am. Ang pension po kasi, siyempre pinaghirapan po nila yan. And it will not be removed abruptly. No? Ang ano po dito, pagka po may mga clause, kasi yan, ma'am, no, to continue enjoying this benefit. And one of that is wala kang convicted na crime, na ano po, no, may conviction po yun.
Okay.
So kung wala ka naman pong nilalabag na batas, wala naman pong patuloy mo pong may enjoy ang pension po na pinaghirapan po natin sa ating pagservisyo.
So para clear lang, Colonel, in other words, until such time na proper courts render a conviction to any of these members, tuloy-tuloy pa rin sila with their benefits?
Yes, sir. Opo.
Okay.
Well, with that, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras and hope to talk to you again regarding other issues. For the meantime, maraming salamat po, AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla.
Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayo.